Hey Jamie,
Hey Dan.
the
Good
mustache
morning.
is gone.
It is.
Yeah, I couldn't do it anymore here.
You have this like alfalfa thing though, you know that.
Oh, it's alright.
Right.
I look like a little kid when I shave, but I'm not. I'm a 42-year-old man, and I want to dive right in really quickly and explain to everyone where the name Casper comes from.
Wait, today is Friday, May 2nd, 2025. Video 1443, season 5, episode 1000.
Have we ever lied about the numbers on this board?
We've never lied, but we've definitely gone.
Much
I think
more.
they're.
I think it's much
yeah.
more
Oh
than
my
this,
God. Yeah.
The reason why I wanted to do a conservative estimate is because you always want to underestimate whenever you are projecting your accomplishments. It is just a simple thing that I've learned as a human being with such a large ego, that whenever you have a chance to downplay yourself, take the opportunity.
Okay.
The numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
But
So, go ahead.
So Bob Casper and Gary Kasparov and Casper the Friendly Ghost are the three, but I
I'm like
meant
a
Gary
real Vanna.
Kasparov. Vanna, wait.
I am.
Kasparov.com, and I just wanted to say that this is the English way to spell it because I am an American that was born in Russia. So this is a hybrid and an invented word, Kasparov. But that is the same way as you say Gary Kasparov's name, just one letter is a little bit different, but it's meant to be different because I am not Gary Kasparov, nor am I using his likeness in any way. The reason for that is because my adopted father is one of the most honorable men. If anyone had a chance to meet him, his name is Robert Casper. He was born.
He's still alive.
What?
We were talking about him like he's dead.
No. Bob's alive and healthy. It's just
I know, we are like.
I really want to show what Bob has created, and Bob is the reason why I'm here today. My father was a traditionally trained Greco-Roman wrestler, but because of his diabetes and because of the stress that my mother had put him through, he wasn't able to really engage with me, and I run on a different frequency than most human beings. So Mr. Robert Casper, at a time where my family didn't have a lot of money, took me in at a school called Casper's Academy of Martial Arts.
Yes.
And he was part of the Nick Frizzalone NFK Karate. Nick is, his name is Bear.
Sometimes these names.
Nick's
Frizzalone.
nickname
What a
is
great
the
last
bear.
name.
The bear.
No, but I was thinking about
But
immediately.
that's because he looked like a bear, not because his name is Borowski or anything like that. So what I want to say is that no one can say that I'm copywriting anyone because Casper the Friendly Ghost is a copywritten product, and Bob Casper is the real person that I named Casper after. And I changed it to a K in order to have no similarities to the copywritten product, so that there's no confusion in the marketplace. And that's one thing that I really learned from my 30 years of active litigation. And I say 30 because 22 is when I really started. But
Yes.
actually,
But wait,
it was a lot
high
earlier. Yeah, there was a lot of these fake criminal matters.
Right.
So Bob Casper adopted me, and when my father and mother were not there for me, Bob Casper let me stay for the late classes. I was able to study martial arts from 4 p.m. until about 9
Give
p.m.
you a place to go, which is nice.
He changed my life.
Yeah.
And Bob Casper is a Marine. I mean, he could be just in the Army, but I got to be honest with you. In my head, he's in the Marines, and that's the way it's going to go. For 25 years, he was the director of tactical combat training for the Estes County Police Academy.
Yes, you said.
He is a father, he is a mentor, and he is my inspiration.
I love it. He's a wonderful
He
man.
is beyond a wonderful man. And one of the things that really frustrated me is when people who don't know him, they've put him down significantly, and they call him Karate Bob, and they make fun of him and things like that, and it really hurt my feelings because
Yeah.
I said how important he was to me. And people who hurt my feelings, they don't really understand how I've let 5 years slide and I'm not gonna let a single day slide. And I get a little emotional because I'm a real human being, and I really miss Bob. And it really hurt my feelings when people put this man down, because he is very, very strong and powerful. And he gave a lot to a lot of people, and they were not thankful for it. I'm sorry. I love this man so much. Anyone that knows me knows that. Oh.
Perfect for the camera.
Hey, listen. Genius cannot hide under a veil of insecurity for any longer. 5 years. For 5 years, I have tolerated things from enemies, both foreign and domestic. I no longer will tolerate a single day. I will spend this weekend formulating a plan and how I will enact my, I don't want to use the word revenge, because no one will ever be hurt, and all I'm going to do is highlight the truth of what happened regarding the timeline of fraud, and I'm really going to make it so that the courts are left in a paradox or an infinity symbol, whichever way you want. You see, Judge Sherwood cannot rule against these motions. I mean, he can, but he was only going to be digging his own grave deeper and deeper. No violence
What do you mean?
whatsoever.
Now I know. What do you mean, like?
Judge Sherwood,
It's
in my
fine.
bankruptcy, has already cited that he supports the crimes that were committed against me by not only rewarding the criminals,
But
preventing,
me.
paying them, allowing it,
Attorneys.
ignoring all of the procedural processes that we were not aware of, because we actually were in Chapter 7, which means we were represented by the
I
trustee
know,
was
I-
represented by Richard Trank.
Yeah.
And if the trustee is representing Richard Trank, he's supposed to be my lawyer as well. So there's a lot of things that, sorry, I got a little too emotional.
No,
But I'm
it's
okay. All right. I wish everyone in their lives can have a Bob Casper. He has 2 kids, Jeremy and Lloyd. And they're doing great, and he's a grandfather, he's really happy. And Lloyd is a really
Really?
good
I
father.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and Jeremy is a brainiac, and really, I hear is beyond smart. And that, a lot of the credit goes to both Bob and his wife, Isabella. She is an accountant and a mathematician, believe it or not, yeah, from Venezuela. And Bob really wanted to have kids, and the sacrifices that he made, I'm gonna start crying again. No one has any clue of what this man did to make sure that he's in his children's lives. I love you, Bob. Jamie, I don't know if I can continue filming this.
I know, right?
Yeah.
This is a rough one. Maybe
Yeah,
we should
so-
take a break.
When a human being like me creates something like this, it's not just powerful, it changes the world. I have an analysis of all the market competition that we're gonna be going against. There is no competition, we were the first to market. What I've created in honor of Bob Casper is, in my opinion, the most life-altering invention in the modern business and legal world. I did this out of pain, not out of love. I did this because of this. I finished it. I started it. I had the idea for when Cartier frivolously sued me for $37 million. And I had to settle with them for $250,000 just to get rid of them. But you know what? I got that $250 back, not for myself, but for Red Gold. I hope Andrew Calderon closed the deal, but that's for a different story, for a different time. Unfortunately, Jamie, you're gonna have to read the document because
Sure.
I am in a very emotional state.
Okay. Do you want to preemptively talk? Do you need a tissue?
No.
Do you want to preemptively talk about what we're talking about in this letter? Court
No.
recognizes use of AI in legal proceedings.
No,
want me to skip that?
let's skip to the,
You want me to
let's
go
skip to the
into?
competition.
Okay. Number one, Harvey, overview. Developed by Counsel AI Corporation, Harvey is a generative AI platform tailored for legal work, including contract analysis, due diligence, litigation, and regulatory compliance. Adoption. Law firms like Paul Weiss and Allen and Overy have integrated Harvey into their operations, using it to enhance efficiency while maintaining human oversight. 2, how do you pronounce Hebbia? Hebbia?
Heavier?
Oh, founded in 2020, Hebbia offers AI tools for financial and legal research, enabling users to extract information from various document formats using natural language queries. Use cases. Law firms utilize Hebbia's Matrix platform for tasks like M&A, due diligence, and document comparison, streamlining complex legal processes. Blue Jay Legal. Co-founded by Benjamin O'Leary, Blue Jay Legal specializes in using AI for legal research and analysis, particularly in tax law. The Canadian Department of Justice and the Canada Revenue Agency have adopted Blue Jay's software, indicating institutional trust in its AI capabilities.
You need to
Okay.
read the rest of it.
Okay.
Now, Jamie's gonna talk about where Casper is positioned in the market against the industry leaders.
So, market positioning and strategic outlook. Your venture's unique approach, leveraging AI not just for research but as a strategic partner in legal advocacy, positions it distinctively in the market. While existing entities focus on augmenting traditional legal tasks with AI, your model emphasizes AI's role in formulating and executing legal strategies, potentially redefining legal practice standards.
going.
At strategic recommendations.
Pause. Now, the secret sauce behind the formula I will never reveal. But I will
Correct.
tell everyone that there are only 3 documented case studies where ChatGPT was formally recognized by the courts.
Okay.
Now, we don't just use ChatGPT. We use many forms of artificial intelligence just to interact with the databases. And one thing that's really important is that Thomson Reuters sued Westlaw because Westlaw tried to use proprietary copywritten information in their platforms to train their artificial intelligence.
Oh, interesting.
Which is why I will be working very closely with the US government, and I'm gonna make a deal with the government. And that is, I will allow the government to use Casper in exchange for a very small fee to assist in public defenders. You see,
Ah.
the US government spends a lot of money defending criminals who don't have legal representation. So the money that the US government will save will be more than anything you can imagine, as well as being able to be more concise and much more. Public defenders have a massive task on their hands, and they're paid very little amount of money.
Yeah.
But they're still paid a lot of money, and the discovery process costs a lot of money. And in exchange for that, the only thing I ask of the US government is a direct link to every case ever created. So I won't need Westlaw or Reuters. I use them for case law management and updating of data files, not for their proprietary copywritten legal opinions and analysis of everything.
Right.
That is not what we use that for. We
Understood.
only use it for case law and
That's
for Casper to really have more computational power on the back end. I need to take a little bit of a break because my brain's thrown off by just how many amazing memories Bob Casper made for me. And he was the person that saw me fight 12 people in a row. So I had to fight 12 people in a row in order to get my purple belt. I almost died because they were bigger than me. And Bob has the videos, this is actually true. And my dad was sitting in the corner with a hole in his sock yelling, "Come on, Daniel, do it!" It was so embarrassing, but I loved him. I did. He was a good man. But my father lacked a lot of what I needed as an American boy. That's why it's Kasparov. I'm an American boy, and I needed an American role model who understood all the lexicons and was okay with teaching me edged weapons and hand-to-hand combat, and understood the value of exposing children in a responsible environment to very dangerous things in order to teach them
Right.
when not to use the sciences that they've been taught that their bodies are capable of.
What's that?
That's really the genius in the simplicity of Bob Casper. He was never able to monetize on his brilliance because the business world and the art world only mix when you sell out. And Bob refused to sell out. He refused to change his style because it was an aggressive hand-to-hand combat. Parents were always afraid. We had a kid break his collarbone once. Kid came back, but still, like, that's the kind of shit that happened. David Mendel is his name.
Oh, you
This
said,
is a true
yeah,
story. He was a little smaller kid, and that's where Josh Cedarbaum and I played hand-to-hand combat. That's where I whooped Josh Wiener, Josh Wiener.
Oh.
But Josh Wiener's mom in our white Jeep drove me home, and that's one of the reasons why he sort of gets a pass, because of what his mother
I'll
did.
say.
Well, yeah, you know why? Because I think that God has blessed me with a lot of things that Josh Wiener doesn't have. And growing up with a child next to you like Josh Wiener, who's had everything he's ever wanted, his mom drove him, did everything, best I could do is get a ride, and I was happy with it, because many people wouldn't even give me a ride. Yeah, you see, in order to understand why I'm so resilient is because I've been conditioned in a world where I have to do pretty much anything and everything in order to get what I want done. So for me to be able to be a real estate mogul, I have to first completely disassemble, break, and re-engineer the entire legal process, or else this issue is gonna come up again when the portfolio is bigger and I'm too exhausted to be able to defend it. And I'm doing this on behalf of everyone. There are so many people who have actual legit, what?
It's a great board.
It's a great board because if you're an honest businessman, if you're a real estate mogul, you should not be paying exuberant legal fees unless you're trying to maneuver something
Right.
that shouldn't be done. There's a lot of times in real estate you have to do that, and you have to hire law firms because Casper is not for that. You know, if you want to bypass zoning laws or have legislation change, whatever, high level real estate. But when it comes to defense against tenants, tenant landlord court, and everything you can imagine, Casper would save businesses
Oh my God,
billions of
yeah.
dollars in legal fees. See, that's where this is a conservative estimate of a 10-year projection of Pierce Bainbridge, Pro Slate, Microbank, cash cow cleanouts, cash cow storage, and the combined total is 26.12 billion. Realistically, I think you get out 2 zeros to that if I'm able to launch it correctly. But in reality, 1/100 of this is more than enough for me to live comfortably the rest of my life. So it's about expectations versus the projections of reality. These are nothing more than numbers on a board. In today's day and age, anyone can utilize ChatGPT at any time. But the difference between our program and everyone else's is that I was able to test it on myself for the last
Yeah.
4 years
Yeah.
to a successful rate of being able to manage the cases without being an attorney. And it wasn't until I felt that Casper is live and smart enough
Was
and
ready
strong
to
enough
learn.
and ready to go that I
Yeah.
introduced him. Because there was a lot of work that I had to do and you did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Casper has the most proprietary consciousness because it is based off of my consciousness.
Right.
And I am really good at talking, arguing, and articulating myself
Yes.
to a point where I will be representing Casper's legal arguments as my cousin Vinny. And Casper will be able to continue to grow exponentially by the second and with every single letter that is inputted into
Sure.
it. I don't think anyone understands what this really is. This is the computational power of Casper, if you remove the element of time. Einbein?
Mm-hmm.
It's just Friday, man.
It just.
All right, Jamie, so anything you want to say to wrap this up?
Oof. No, I think that, I'm excited. Everything, I for one am excited.
Casper is designed for 300 million Americans and the US courts to interact seamlessly and truthfully. There's money to be made for everyone. Right now, the current federal administration is interested in cost cutting and being a lot more cost efficient.
That is true.
So my timing could not have been better.
It's true.
So we have two cases that are gonna go for the Supreme Court. One is gonna be the integration of artificial intelligence, and the other one is gonna be to redo the Barton Doctrine,
Correct.
which has caused millions of
Yes.
people a lot of harm and has protected criminals.
Yes,
Um,
and it's good. We just started it.
Yeah, it's really good.
It is.
So the question mark really is gonna stay up here. We're gonna be able to go live on the products once this board is complete. We have a 30-day SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle, which has been started a little while ago. The most important part of creating an actual business is not the code that is done, but the plan that is created in order to say X, Y, and Z, what will happen if then, and that part is really done. Also, you need to have a product, so everyone that's looking to make an app or whatever, what do you produce, what do you generate? We have an actual product, we deliver very high-end tech in order to supplement human beings who want to represent themselves.
Correct.
The other
Well said.
institutions in the market are not designed for pro se litigants.
No.
And that's where the difference is because the liability that is taken for anyone, the liability that is taken upon people or whatever is unmatched.
Right.
And that's why we offer 100% money back guarantee. If you are at all and any reason satisfied, hell, I'll probably even help you pay for the lawyer.